Yeah. Hey, this that special sauce. Spill that drip, I wipe it off. $1 million worth of game. Can't feel that I work too hard. Poetry on these songs. To all my stoners, hippies, and hip-hop enthusiasts, I'm your boy Dopeboy Diesel, your host in the motherfucking Doja Room, here again with another article to deliver to you guys. This is a theory. Was UMG the mole in the OVO camp? Let's get into it. Let me be very clear from the jump. These are my own theories born from connecting the dots across months of music releases, label drama, and suspicious industry timing. And whether you agree or not, I encourage you to at least think about what I'm saying out on here. So, what if the beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar wasn't just two lyrical giants throwing blows? What if it was a setup, a long con, with UMG playing the mole, feeding Kendrick and others moves from the inside? Sounds crazy? Stick with me. The UMG mole theory. Did Kendrick know too much? Let's rewind Kendrick's track 616 in LA, where he cryptically hints that there's a mole in the OVO camp. When he says, "Have you ever thought that OVO is working for me?" At the time, people assumed it was just a general espionage trash talk. But what if that wasn't metaphorical at all? What if the mole wasn't even in OVO, but within Drake's own label infrastructure, Universal Music Group? 100 niggas that you got on salary, and 20 of them want you as a casualty, and one of them is actually next to you, and 2 of them is practically tired of your lifestyle, and just don't got the audacity to tell you. Maybe these people aren't in OVO at all. Perhaps these guys are the men and women behind them in UMG. It's not far-fetched. Labels have a long history of backdooring players. Push-Ups, the explosive early track from Drake, was never initially released on DSPs, and it was actually leaked. I speculate it was because UMG could have passed that record straight to Kendrick Lamar as a counterattack. Kendrick Lamar, the boogeyman or the puppet? Kendrick fans love to act like he's the moral compass of hip-hop, a thoughtful, surgical diss machine with the ethics of a Harvard debate team, but real ones have started asking questions. How do you stand as hip-hop's Gandhi one minute and drop a diss track that implies your opponent is a pedophile the next? Untruthfully, I might add. How do you criticize the industry while being the most Grammy awarded rapper of the decade with slickly timed drops, full-blown Nike campaigns, and major label rollouts? The boogeyman is actually giving Wizard of Oz energy. You pull the curtain back and it's not a sage poet with a quill. It's a label-fed machine built to unseat the guy who they couldn't control. The boy himself. Morals or marketing? Kendrick built a persona of anti-industry rebellion, a lone samurai with truth in his pen, but actually moves akin to something that suggests something way different. If he's the anti-industry figure, why is he the industry darling? If he hates the game, why is he playing it so well? And if he's above all the drama, why is he suddenly on Cardi's album and racking up radio play like a pop star? It's almost like the entire underground prophet persona is a branding move crafted to contrast Drake's image, not oppose it. A yin to his yang, built and supported by a system desperate to show that they could build a number one. Just one more obedient this time. Now, just sit back and think about how it would align with the inconsistencies in his character and actions. Kendrick Lamar, as we know him, as he's been presented to us, is only who he is because of who Drake is in contrast. Who Drake is naturally. Not because Kendrick Lamar hates deadbeats and men who beat on and disrespect women, but because he needs to exist in spite of Drake and what he stands for. What if Kendrick tried going the Drake route, but got his dreams crushed? Not in just music, but in lifestyle and appeal. What if Kendrick and UMG work together? Now, hear me out. What if UMG, knowing exactly what Drake was preparing, fed just enough intel to Kendrick Lamar? What if those same gatekeepers helped plan Kendrick's precision drops with full knowledge of Drake's unreleased material? We know about push-ups. Drake's explosive diss track from the first one, but it wasn't on Spotify, it wasn't on Apple Music, but it popped up on YouTube of all things, and now and Twitter. It was the first places we've heard it, and even SoundCloud. You'd think he'd want his label to push that to every DSP, but nope, he kept it off. And why is that? Because he couldn't trust UMG with it? Was that the moment Drake realized the mole Kendrick hinted at wasn't in OVO at all? Maybe it was UMG. Think about it. The label benefits from both artists, but Kendrick still has time left on his deal. Drake is leaving. Kendrick has Grammys, mainstream love, and corporate-friendly activism. Drake has way more independence and control. If UMG were forced to choose a poster boy for hip-hop going forward, who do you think they protect? Drake and Kendrick. Morals, marketing, and manufactured wars. Here's the part where I get critical, if I haven't already. Kendrick Lamar's fans swear by the idea that he's the moral compass of rap and a revolutionary warp but in rhyme. But I've been watching closely, and his actions rarely match his image. And I think a lot of us are starting to see this with this latest Cardi album release. This is the same guy who delivered vicious allegations against Drake in Not Like Us and Meet the Grams, all the while telling fans he's not really in the industry, he's not for it. Yet, he is a regular at the Grammys, has Nike deals, PG Lang partnerships, and now, conveniently, the biggest song in the country during a lawsuit between Drake and UMG. And yet, Kendrick's the underground prophet? Come on. At what point do we admit that Kendrick might just be playing the game he claims to hate? Because if this man hates the industry politics so much, why is he the sole beneficiary of its best PR and marketing tools? The boogeyman of Oz behind the curtain. Here's what I think. Drake played this battle like what we all thought, and like he thought it was a rap battle. He played it like a rap battle. Kendrick, on the other hand, he played it like this was a war, a campaign. He knew what UMG had prepared. And UMG may have been his campaign manager. The symbolism, the releases, the artwork with Drake's house trigger tagged like a predatory registry, the timing of his album, all too convenient, like it had help. Or, as Kendrick said, he was being fed. So now I'm just asking, what would Kendrick do? Would he betray his values to win? Would he use the very machine he claims to hate if it gave him the upper hand? Would he partner with the label trying to suppress his rival? Because from where I'm standing, it looks like he already did. Now, my final thoughts, what did he do? We've been told Kendrick Lamar is a artistic monk, detached from the industry, guided by truth and principle. But when you peel back the layers, you start to see a well-oiled machine behind the curtain. So I ask again, what did Kendrick do? What deals were made? What morals were bent? What truths were buried in exchange for the crown? This may be a theory for now, but sometimes the truth sounds a lot like conspiracy until it doesn't. And when that day comes, don't say, nobody warned you. To all my stoners, hippies, and hip hop enthusiasts, I'm your boy, Dopeboy Diesel, tuning out of the Doja Room with another article. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time.
Yeah. Hey, this that special sauce. Spill that drip, I wipe it off.